Hey everybody, this is Townsend. Thank you so much for tuning in. The goal of this podcast is to cover a vast variety of topics regarding mental health, struggles, share people's stories, and hopefully remind you that you're not alone. I hope you enjoy. I'm about to chat with Lee Hammock. His Instagram, Facebook name is Mental Healness, which I love. Super cool. So we'll get him on here real quick. Liam is going to hop on here. We're going to chit chat about narcissism, which I'm super excited about. So what I read, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but the research that I read said narcissists typically go to therapy for like depression or anxiety, and they report feeling like super empty and that they're failing and their lives are falling apart. But they don't go because they say, "Oh, I'm not." Right.
I think most people who would go to therapy and end up getting diagnosed, if nobody forces them to go, would go to therapy because they are feeling depressed or unfulfilled and overly aggressive and have anger issues and things like that. So I do agree that nobody would just go to therapy. It's like, damn, I'm a narcissist. Let me go to therapy. So,
I'm the worst.
yeah.
No, absolutely. We were talking about after you got kicked off, talking about how narcissists, like you said a little bit before, you look it up and you read it, and some of the narcissists you're just like, they're the worst. But there's the difference between the self-aware narcissist and just unaware, like bulldozing, bullheaded narcissist. I feel like there's a difference in those two, right?
Yeah. So just being self-aware. But so let me clarify this. There are a lot of self-aware narcissists. I'm not the only one. I'm probably the only one doing it like this at this level, but I'm not the only self-aware narcissist out there. Some people, I've actually had a few self-aware narcissists reach out to me and say I'm adding to the stigma of narcissists. They're like, you're doing us a terrible disservice.
Call them out.
Yeah, I've gotten arguments on my Instagram page where they start trying to troll me and stuff like that and just being weird. And I'm out here in the public eye. It's like you doing those skits or just showing the bad side of narcissists. Like, you're not helping us out at all.
Sure.
I was like to be able to help people and to let people know that I'm authentic, I have to kind of steer into the skid of toxicity to show people that I am a legit person with this battling this mental illness as well. So I have to steer into the skid of actually being a narcissist. Like, hey, look, this is what I do. This is what I've done. And I just admit some of the faults and stuff that I've done. I can't go in here and pretend I'm perfect. Like, hey, guys, I'm a narcissist. I'm a nice narcissist. I've never done anything wrong. I'm just diagnosed, Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody commented that different categories of narcissists. Absolutely. That's just like with anything. Anxiety, just to take one. There's like an umbrella of any type of diagnosis. There's going to be tons of different. And just like with any live stream, I always say I'm on here to make things better, not to be right all the time, right? So just because I'm talking to you doesn't mean every narcissist is going to be the same as you. It doesn't mean everything that you do is what they're going to see. So, yeah. Okay, so here's a question I have, because personally I've not seen it. Everything I've read doesn't say it's really possible, and that if it is, it's a ton of, but I know you've got a wife, got one or two children, right?
I have three.
Oh Lord, adding to the bunch. Okay, so can narcissists truly care for somebody? Because I know all the research and the personal experience I have had, they typically stick around when they can use somebody, when somebody's their ego, and they actually talk about people being their pawns. So they use people kind of in their own way to get what they want. So that might be a loaded question, but can narcissists truly care for people, like emotionally connect?
So I would say yeah. It just depends on the type of narcissist. Like your average run-of-the-mill narcissist like myself, I can care for people, I can love people, I can be affectionate. The empathy might be a little bit lower, but when you start sliding a little bit to the right, when you start getting the sociopaths and the psychopaths, is when they think that they are just narcissists too. Like when you're dealing with a psychopath, like, this is a narcissist. He can't love, care, or whatever. So you automatically think that all other narcissists can't love, can't care, can't do all that stuff. Like, it's just really the psychopaths. Like, the narcissist I know, like I'm going live next week on my YouTube with another diagnosed narcissist woman. It's like she's like literally taking care of grandma. Her grandma's on hospice and just on her deathbed, and she's taking care of grandma now because she loves her grandma, you know. And she's scared to like come out and be public with her stuff because she doesn't want to be. She sees the stuff that I get sometimes, and she's like, I don't know how you deal with that, you know. So I can deal with that type of stuff. That's kind of scares me. I'm like, I don't like what they gonna do, you know.
Well, I love that about you. People are going to troll. It doesn't matter. I try to do good stuff on here. Sometimes I get trolls. It doesn't matter. People are just out to bring you down. So I love it. I love what you're doing. In case you don't hear it enough, thank you for coming out. I mean, educate people like me, for all these followers. People know. Okay. Another question I had, what are some red flags to be aware of regarding narcissists? So something you touch on a lot on your pages is dating narcissists to kind of get away from. But what are some red flags when getting to know somebody and you're kind of like, I don't know if I should settle?
I always say slow down, you know, because we live in such a society where everything is so fast. You want everything so fast. You want speed. You want the wife, the kids, the husband, the house. You want everything so fast. And from the books and stuff I read, people typically refer to that as we live in a microwave society. It's instant gratification. We want that instant love, instant everything. So slow down, and that's why I say slow down, because I always say that speed literally is the weapon of a narcissist. Like just speed, like going fast is how a narcissist hooks you in and gets you hook, line, and sinker. Because when I'm doing my one-on-ones, when I'm talking to people, they're like, oh, the love bombing was vicious. Like it was just an unlimited amount of love for the first month, 2 months, 3 months. And then when they finally moved in together really quick, or they proposed, or I got pregnant or whatever, then they changed.
Yeah, man, that's wild. Yeah, absolutely. I personal experience, that is definitely one. They're always in a hurry, always taking risk, and just boop, 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 boop. Everything's
and everything's fantastic and happy and fun, all the other stuff, because they literally giving you everything that you want because you told them you wanted it. It's like, oh, this is what I like, this is what I want to do, this is how I see my life in 5 years, this is actually why I'm single, I haven't found a person to do this for me. And then like, that's great, because I do that, all that stuff you say you wanted, I actually do that stuff. That's my favorite stuff to do, and then you end up, you're like, I don't know how I fell for it. Like, you kind of fell in love with yourself. I had a one-on-one with a lady yesterday, and she was like, he just mirrored me. And I realized that I had fallen in love with myself, all the qualities of myself. He had mirrored those qualities, and I really just fell in love with myself. And then she went on to say that she was sad because she thought there was a person she was going to spend the rest of her life with, But I'm like a good reframer. I was like, well, I was like, okay, stop. I said, listen what you just said. I said, you thought you were going to spend the rest of your life with this person, and you said he mirrored you. So were you not going to spend the rest of your life with yourself? And she's like, oh my God, I didn't think of it like that. Well, yeah, you literally, this is, you didn't think of it that way because you are so enmeshed in this relationship. You were so hurt and lost and stuff like that. And some of this stuff is just like, some of the one-on-ones, like everybody's story is different, but everybody's story is also the same. It's just like, it's like crazy. I'm like, what? How?
How?
Yeah.
Stuff you post, I'm literally dumbfounded. Like there's some crazy stuff you post that people go through and they stick with it. I'm like, girl, run.
Because and the main reason people stick with it, because they think that a lot of these people are just afraid to be alone. They'll say it's a trauma bond, they'll say it's Stockholm syndrome and things like that, but a lot of people are just like afraid to be by themselves, and they would rather suffer through the pain of being in this relationship than suffer through the pain of being alone for a little while. I've heard the phrase, at least I'll be married. Like, my fiance is 100% narcissist that physically abuses me, stonewall, silent treatment, mentally abuses me. What do I do? I was like, well, you don't marry that person, So, but then what? What I do? I just get a ring back and whatever. Like, but at least I'll be married. I was like, wait, what?
My goodness.
At least you'll be married. You said, like, it's just the mind. It's just like people get so enmeshed and trapped in these relationships, And I'm on the other side because I'm actually a narcissist. So I know what's going on. I know why they feel the way that they are feeling, and it sucks. You know, like I said, I had some a one-on-one. I've probably done like I've done hundreds of one-on-ones. It's kind of crazy. And like I said, everybody's story is different, but it's still kind of the same. You know, also the same. I like, just look, chill. This is what's going to happen. And people are like, I think people get on the one-on-ones and they doubt me sometimes, but then I'll predict them and they'll send me a message like, oh my God, it happened. You know, you said it's going to happen and it happened. I'm like, yeah, I'm not here to lie to you. If I lie to you, it wouldn't be me. Like, if I'm going to get on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube and lie, then there's no point of me having a platform, because I can just do that in my real life. You know, I can literally just go ahead and lie in my real life. I want to be honest and show people that are narcissists like myself that you can actually be honest, and everybody won't hate you. Some people still gonna hate you. Some people hate me. Like, well, I got a comment on my YouTube, because you know YouTube filters comments. I go to my little filter comments sometimes. I'll see like the meanest things on there, and I was like, I think you're hurting my feelings, but you're actually you actually make yourself look foolish, like, and like, you know, and people tend to take what I say and just manufacture and hurt themselves with it. Because I'll say some stuff like, a woman said, I call BS on what you're doing. My narcissistic ex used to beat me and love to do it. All of you are the same. And I just literally responded to her. I said, I'm not your ex. Yeah. She screenshot me saying that and went on a tangent on TikTok. She's like, look at him. He think he's better than everybody. I like, all I literally said, I was better than your physically abusive ex, which I am. I stand on that.
Yeah.
I still am.
Yeah.
You know?
Sure. That's terrible. Well, I hate that you have to deal with that. Do you feel like, okay, so this is a question I had. Do you feel like some people are born narcissists, or do you feel like they have that gene, or do you feel like it has more to do with environmental raising?
So I think this is why there's like scientific narcissists out there. Like, I guess what's the dude's name? Vaknin, he's like a psychologist that is a self-aware narcissist. I guess let's do HG Tutor. I guess they get a little bit more scientific into it and can explain it a little bit better than me, because I feel like I have both, a little bit of components of both, because in my upbringing, so you know, I experienced the childhood trauma that made me into a narcissist, and I didn't really have a relationship with my dad, so I'm just like, my mom's not a narcissist, but my dad is kind of like, I don't know, you know, so like, but he wasn't around, so maybe he is a narcissist. So, and I never knew his dad, you know, so I was just like, what's going on with his dad? His dad died when he was younger. Yeah. So I started digging deep. I got on Ancestry.com and whatever, and I started looking. I tried to find my family. I was like, let me see. I know my grandma's name. I know his name. I know my aunts and uncles or whatever. So I'm gonna get as detailed as I can with this. So I ended up getting on Ancestry.com and finding my grandpa's death certificate, you know, which is amazing. And like, his cause of death was suicide. So, you know, so he literally got up at 5:30 on a Monday morning, went into the bathroom while his wife and 3 kids were asleep, and shot himself in the mouth, you know.
Oh my goodness.
And so could that have traumatized my dad and made him abandon me because he has abandonment issues? So could that be hereditary? Could that be considered hereditary, or could that be considered like some environmental stuff? Like, I know, like I said, I don't know, you know.
Yeah, sure.
So you get to that point, I'm just like, maybe it's a little bit of both.
Absolutely. I think, so the things I've read, obviously, as I stated before, I'm not diagnosed myself. I cannot speak for them. However, I've read a bunch of stuff. I've done a lot of research for this, and I have personal experiences from other people. I feel like it's a little bit of both, honestly, because I feel like the mental health issues, so like the depression and anxiety, things like that, that can be hereditary. So like committing suicide. So he was suicidal. Maybe he had massive depression, chronic. That can be a family tree. And then it also causes that trauma with his dad. So that can be a little bit of environmental. And then it just kind of goes down that family tree. However, everything I've read, because of you like being self-aware and you taking action and actually staring it in the face and doing all these things, if you can keep doing that, you can stop that family tree completely.
And that's what I want to do.
Oh, cool.
As I say, it ends. That's why I'm here to try to end generational curses, not only in my family, but, you know, in other people's families. Because like, if I can get, you know what I mean? Because I love, you know, the narcissist. If you're on TikTok, it's called like Narc Talk. It's like narcissist TikTok. It's like a whole section of TikTok that's literally just dedicated to narcissistic abuse and whatnot, you know? So Yeah, it's actually crazy. So there's a lot of people on there who do, you know, narcissistic abuse recovery coaches and whatnot, like life coaches that help people get through their situation. You know, and all of them, I mean, I appreciate all of them. Everybody has their own point of view and everybody has their own skills and talents at doing that, which is great because they help survivors get out there, get out and stay out and be, you know, and live better lives. But that's good, fine and dandy. But guess what? The narcissist who did that to them is going to do it to somebody else.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
so yeah, you're helping solve that. But like, if I can speak to another narcissist on in narcissist to narcissist level, and I can help that person get into therapy and stop doing that, then I can save not only the narcissist from hurting other people. Maybe that narcissist has kids that he can stop the generational curse in his family, and not that the next person he gets with this or she gets with, their significant others don't fall into this trap as well. You know,
Absolutely.
I feel like I can stop it on that end, on that end of things. You know, because how do I put it without sounding disrespectful? You know,
No, not at all. I mean, I get it.
yeah,
Like, yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I've dealt with it personally, and my goal is to cut that off. I don't want any
mm-hmm.
part of that. I'm trying to cut that branch away from me. And I've
Yeah,
actually, I think this is super interesting. So one thing I did, I went to therapy, and my first thing, I was like, listen, I just need to know that I'm not like that. They looked
mm-hmm.
at me, said, you're here, you care, you're not like that, I assure you. And so I found out, like, going to therapy and talking to other people and doing a lot of research is the more we push it away and ignore it and try to not be like those people,
Mm-hmm.
those are the people that end up like it later in life, which is bonkers to me, right? Because,
Yeah.
like, let's think about one of the narcissists that you've talked to, and they had a kid, and the kid comes to you later in life, and he's a narcissist now, and he's like, I don't know why, I hated my dad, I had nothing to do with him, I tried to ignore everything about him and try to do everything the opposite of him, but in reality, you didn't face it, you didn't feel the pain, and you kind of got to feel to heal, right?
Mm-hmm. You got to feel it, and that's one of the weird things. That's one of the weird things that I kind of like going through. You know, when I do have to go through bad situations, I kind of, you know, there's a part of me that likes going through pain sometimes because it lets me know that I'm alive. I can feel it. You know, when my wife left and I was crying on my bathroom floor, I kind of started recording myself. I want to remember this for later. You know, like the next time I go through stuff, I would let myself know that I'm actually human and I can feel. I'm not like a narcissistic robot out here hurting people. You know, I can actually feel the pain and go through stuff, and like it helps me develop, you know, the ability to care about people more and like see what people are coming from in situations and stuff like that. You know, because you can only lead people where you've been to. So I'm just like, you know, let me help these people out. I had to go through some pain and suffering and stuff like that. You know, sometimes I gotta feel the hurt. Do I want to feel the hurt? No, I don't want to feel it. You know,
Wants to feel it. Yeah, no, you got to go through it to get through it. And I have found that out myself 1,000% about it. That they just they bury the rug, and I'm like, man, the best thing I could have ever done was to go to therapy, do some research, and just like let it all out. You can't hold it all in forever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you broke out really bad. You had bad reception. You were talking about your wife. Would you mind going over again? She left you. Tell us a little bit about that. Like I said, you touched on it earlier, but your phone cut out. About it.
Oh, so yeah, she dipped out. You know, because, you know, I've been going to therapy, and I think a lot of people. This is why I say a lot of people ask, like, if he goes to therapy, will our relationship work? If she gets into therapy, will our relationship work? It's not necessarily a guarantee. If they only go one therapy session is not enough. Yeah. They have to commit to going to the therapy for an extended period of time, maybe for the rest of their existences. You know, you think so? If it's tough to get them to one session, how are you going to get them to go at least once a month for the rest of their life? You know. So me personally, I actually like going to therapy now, but like in the beginning, my intent wasn't to keep going to therapy. I thought I can go to therapy a couple of times and get in and get out. You know what I mean? But it's not like that. You know. So. The original time I went to therapy, like I said, I joined the Facebook groups and whatnot, and the Facebook groups actually helped me get into therapy because it helped me. Like, I didn't know how to get into therapy. My wife left me, and I was just like, I looked up narcissist personality disorder. I was like, damn, this is me. This is legit me. This is who I am. I was like, it made sense to me. I had been looking for answers. I had an answer. I'm like, I'm a narcissist. You know, I'm like, damn. Yeah, and it was like back in 2016, 2017. It wasn't like it was now. I can say I'm a narcissist, and nobody would like villainize me now. But like 2017, I was like, cool. This is just something I had to deal with.
Yeah.
So I joined those groups, and those groups helped me. There was like a bunch of diagnosed narcissists in there. And those groups helped me get into therapy. And like, so my first therapy session, I was sitting there nervous and whatnot. But like, I'm always been reading. I read a lot of books. I listen to a lot of, I read a lot of books. I listen to a lot of like personal development stuff because, like I said, I've always been searching for answers and trying to be ambitious and get out of this mental funk that I'm always in. Like, how the hell do I get out of this funk? It's like I'm in a forever funk. Yeah. So I'm all on Tony Robbins and Les Brown and Gary Vaynerchuk. I'm on everybody. So I was reading a book one time. I cannot think what book it was for the life of me. Because like I said, I read a lot of them. And a poem came up in the book. It was like by Haruki Murakami. It's a poem about the storm, about going through the storm. And I love that poem. I paused the book. I Googled it. I found a picture of it. And I screenshot it, put it in my phone. So I this is my story right here. Because it's talking about going through the storm and the storm changing you. And you're not even knowing you're not even knowing if the storm is over. But like, you went through the storm. Like, you went through it, Yeah. And that was my favorite poem. And I was in my therapist's office, like rocking back and forth, nervous as hell. And I look around the therapist's office, and that poem is on the wall.
Oh, wow.
It called it divine intervention, faith, whatever. And it was on the wall. Like, damn, I'm supposed to be here. This is where I'm supposed to be at. And is that gonna happen to y'all's narcissistic exes or boyfriends or husbands or girlfriends, whatever? Probably not. But it happened to me, So from that point in 2017, I've been going to therapy for a very long time. But like, I tell people this though, when I stopped going to therapy, my relationship suffers. It literally just suffers. COVID hit, 2020. So I've been in therapy for over 2.5 years in 2020. So COVID hit, the year changed over, and my insurance company changed my therapy deductible. It went from like $10-15 an appointment to like $150 an appointment. I'm like, man, I gotta. I'm like, whoa, that's a little.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't need therapy as much. Yeah. So I was like, instead of going once a month, I started going like once every 3-4 months, So I didn't go December, January, February, March.
And your wife?
My wife left me in April. No, she
that was.
Yeah, she left. She dipped. Her ass left. Yeah, she left in April.
That's a terrible joke. My bad.
No, that's funny. It's funny now because I've been through it. I went through it. It's funny to me that. So I add humor to a lot of stuff that I do because it helps break up the tension and some of this deep stuff, Yeah, she did. I came home, she was gone. Like, the whole house empty. The house so empty it echoes. Like you just bought out. Like, hey, you didn't get here. Damn, And I was just like, damn it. I knew it was me again. I was like, it's me again. And she left again. So therapy does not keep people unless they keep going to therapy. Like, so if you are in this chat and you want to know if you're a narcissist, if the therapy is working, or should you trust them or take them back? Are they still going to therapy? Because like I said, even when I stopped going to therapy, my relationship suffers just 100%. And I've been self-aware of this thing for over 4 years, almost 4 years now. And my relationship suffers. So I have to go once a month now. It's on auto drive. Now it's on auto drive. Like, I don't even see it. So like, if I don't see the charge, it don't hurt as much, Yeah.
Yeah.
So that just helps me, And like I said, I go to therapy and get like nuggets, and my therapist, like, she kind of looks like my wife. And I think I subconsciously picked somebody who looks like my wife. So it kind of feels like I'm talking to my wife when I'm in therapy, so I can be open and more honest and just feel like I'm talking to my wife and getting stuff off my chest. Yeah. So that helps.
Yeah. So my personal experience, the person I knew that you have to go to therapy, last straw. We're married, have to go to therapy, have to work on that. They drove him, got him to therapy, came out and was like, I was good. He told me I was fine, I was healed, and actually the problem was you.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's such a common thing.
Yeah. So that didn't go over very well, needless to say. And that wasn't me personally, but somebody very close to me telling me that story. So, okay, so I had a lot of people. I posted something that was like, do you want to ask Lee any questions? And I got several, so I picked out a handful of them. Is that cool if we answer a few?
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, do you have a twin?
Yeah, I was a twin brother, yes.
Okay, so a bunch of people have been commenting on here, and they asked if your twin was a narcissist.
No, he's not. He's fine. It's just
okay. He's fine.
Yeah.
Normal is good.
The trauma I went through, he didn't experience. So
Oh, okay.
just having
Wow.
little tweaks.
Wow. Okay. Very interesting. Somebody wanted to know if you were bad with finances.
Uh, I'm
Impulsive.
actually
I mean,
no, I'm actually I can be impulsive at times, but I'm very very like I'm cheap.
yeah.
I have a good job. I'm actually a realtor.
Okay.
I'm actually a realtor in North Carolina.
Okay.
A realtor like this right here. Like if you look in the back, this is my little reselling eBay shop.
Love it.
So I own a laundromat. I actually, I have like 5 different businesses that I do. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I'm bad with finances. I I get nervous. Yeah, I'm very,
Yeah. I love it. Well, very
yeah.
good. Okay. So here was a question somebody asked. Can you remain friends with an ex that's a narcissist, or is that not a good idea? Do you need to cut ties completely, or can y'all stay friends?
I was just say, what is the point of staying friends with somebody that hurt you so badly and did you so wrong? Like,
Okay.
why are you this kind of still allowing access to you? You know what I mean? Unless you want to see them glow up and do better than you and use the stuff that you want. Like, it's pretty much like you're a willing participant in them treating somebody else better. Hey, I got a date. Can you help me plan this date?
Yeah.
I know all our dates were terrible, and I want to do this right. Can you help me? You
Yeah.
want to go through that?
Sure.
She's like, this is the love of my life. I've never felt this way before. Can you help me out?
Yeah.
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 You
Cool.
want to remain friends with that? You can be by all means,
By all means.
And
Yeah.
then look, and then like another thing too, they'll start to try to sleep with your friends. Hey,
Oh,
we're not together anymore, so I should be able to sleep with your friends, right? I
wow.
thought you wanted the best for me.
Yeah.
She's the best for me. You
Yeah.
want that? You want that to happen? Go ahead, feel free. Have at it.
Well, that sounds. Let me sign up for that. Okay, so I had somebody. They said they'd messaged you a lot of times, hadn't heard back, and they sent a long thing, and for some reason it deleted on my messages. But they live in the UK. They said that they'd watched all your things, and they found that they felt like they were a narcissist. But when they went to the doctors all told them, "You're not a narcissist. You wouldn't be here if you were one." And so she came to me like, I don't know what to do. I've gone to the doctor. I've watched Lee's videos and I know that's what I am. I relate to everything, but she couldn't get in anywhere. So she was wondering, what do you do now?
I think I know who you're talking about. Well, I think people get mad at me when I don't respond sometimes. Like I literally, I'll put my other phone out and go. Y'all can go through my inbox. You can see how many messages I got. You're like, okay, never mind. So yeah, I get a ton. I like literally get a metric ton of messages, like literally every day. And like I said, I get a ton of messages on my Instagram. My TikTok is like, I have 400,000 people on there, so their inbox is insane. But I think you know exactly what you're talking about. I just forgot about that person a little bit. Not intentionally, of course, not intentionally.
No,
but
that's I told her that. I mean, you basically have a business. Like this is, I can't imagine how busy you are. But yeah, what do you do? So you go to the doctors. They tell you, don't worry about it. I mean, I feel like maybe she should just reach out to therapists at that point.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that person. I feel like you should definitely reach out to somebody different. Like I don't like I said in the UK. I'm not 100% certain what you like. I said, I'm not. I'm in the US,
Yeah,
so
right.
it's a little bit harder for me to kind of give advice on that because I don't know how the system works over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But online resources, like I'm about to start my ex about to start a Facebook group, like the group that I was in originally. They helped me out.
Yeah.
I'm about to start a group like that again because like those groups still exist. But like I said, when I was in those groups a few years ago, it was only like 100, 200 people in those groups.
Yeah.
Now it's like 5,000-6,000 people.
Wow.
And it's not just narcissists anymore. It's narcissists and survivors and stuff like that. And it's like, It's literally people pitted against each other in there. Like an empath will come in there and post something like they had a bad experience with a narcissist. They'll come in there and just try to bash everybody. And then you in a group full of narcissists that you're going to get attacked. And then it's just like, what's the point? I was just like, this is, there's no healing here. It's literally just like pointing fingers and attacking each other. I'll drop in and drop my YouTube link in her, like new YouTube, and I'll get in and get out. I'll run through like YouTube,
I love it.
Even when I did that yesterday, somebody tagged me and like, I feel like you have more to offer the group than self-promotion. I was like, fuck.
Oh.
I am a narcissist. Of course, I'm going to self-promote. Like you're in a narcissist group. What do you think is going to happen?
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of people ask this, which I feel like you kind of touched on it, but the turning point for you to seek help, I feel like you already said, is kind of everything falling apart. Your wife left, took your kids and everything else, and so okay, this one's kind of deep. And I thought about it and I read about it and I found it super interesting, and I am curious your perspective on it. So somebody wrote and they said they wanted me to ask you, so narcs are typically truly very insecure on the inside, and so they come out like just a bull in a china shop, trying to like gaslight everybody, make everybody else feel bad, but really on the inside they're this 7-year-old child that suffered through something and they're very insecure. And so they wanted to know if through healing and therapy and reading, do you feel like that's helped those insecurities or maybe validated your self-worth a little bit more, or was that something you struggled with?
I mean, I still struggle with it now. I would say I'm still insecure now. So the areas where I feel insecure at, I go above and beyond to try to protect myself a little bit more than what I was used to, So nowadays, like, I used to be insecure about my hair, so I grew my hair out, insecure about my teeth, so I got my teeth a little better. I used to be insecure about my weight, so I lost 80 pounds. I used to be insecure about my education, so I went and got a degree in engineering. I'm just like, I used to be insecure about my finances, so I got 5 businesses. So it's just like all my insecurities, I'm trying to seal up those holes. But of course, I'm gonna find another one here soon. So it's like it's perpetual insecurities that you always trying to patch up the holes, and you don't want people to know those are insecurities of yours. So of course you cover it up with grandiosity, and you accentuate all your other characteristics, all the other stuff that you have patched, the holes you have patched. Like, hey, look, I lost 80 pounds. Like, I'm kind of fit now. So don't notice my teeth. Look at my muscles. Look at my one. I'm flexing. Look.
I am flexing.
Look at me.
I was gonna say, I was gonna message you. I love your hair. Dreads are amazing to me. I appreciate
it.
Yeah,
I do it myself.
What?
Yeah, I retwisted myself. Yeah, I'm cheap, so I had to learn how to do them. It costs $100 to get them retwisted. Yeah, I was like, what?
You said I do it.
YouTube.
Okay, I'm thoroughly impressed.
Yeah. I said, YouTube, how do you do hair? So I'm like.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so somebody's asked, several people have asked while we've been talking, do you feel like typically both parents of a narcissist are not loving or kind of detached from their children, or do you feel like it's typically one? How do you feel like that kind of goes down?
I feel like everybody's situation is specific to that person, and because everybody comes from different backgrounds, different socioeconomic standings and stuff like that, and different communities, different religions. Everybody has different roles to play. So, like I said, narcissists can be created through both parents. It's not just giving you too much. You never hear no. So when you start hearing it as an adult, you're like, what you say?
Excuse me, what?
No, what does that even mean? You don't know that word. So yeah, one could be a narcissist, both, or they both could just give you too much. Too much affluency.
Yeah, that's something I was reading in all these books. I was looking at. That's the crazy part. So you can get the same diagnosis, narcissist, from your parents, like abandoning, leaving you, not giving you any attention. So as a child, you're just like screaming for any kind of love and affection. So when you grow up, you turn out to be this narcissist, because you're always this 7-year-old child locked in this male body, and then you also come out with the same diagnosis if your parents just like showered you with too much stuff and too much affection and you were just spoiled rotten. That blows my mind.
Yeah, spoiled rotten. Be the same type of narcissist. It's just weird how that works. You know what I mean? Because one of my good friends, like he's a narcissist. He like literally came from nothing, and he got some money now. He's gonna let you know he has money. He's not gonna let you know he grew up poor and parents who's on some other stuff. He gonna let you know he has money now.
Yeah.
And he's emotionally disconnected from a lot of people. He's a wild soul. And it's like literally one of my best friends on the planet.
Yeah. Well,
he's a narcissist. So
just reel him back in. Throw him a video run.
Yeah, he's 100% a narcissist. He's like, my wife's like, yeah, he's a narcissist. Yeah, it's just kind of funny.
She's like, get me out of the room, please. Thanks.
Yeah, she don't like being around him a lot, but I love being around him, because you never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the goal. Like I said, likewise, I really appreciate, you provide me the opportunity to come here and answer some questions for people and stuff like that, because I'm just trying to spread the message that
I love it.
a lot of narcissists are bad people, but not all of them, And
Oh,
if you are a narcissist watching this, go get some help. It's fun. It's actually fun to live in reality and be honest. You're gonna be hated for being a narcissist regardless. Might be hated for being honest and try to have some fun with it. Like, hey, I'm a narcissist, guys. Hey, put hands up. I'm a narcissist.
A relationship. Let's go to therapy, right? Don't you?
Yeah. I think if you are going to be in a relationship with a narcissist, you have to go to therapy. The narcissist has to go to therapy, and y'all had to go to couples counseling, because, like I say, therapy helps the narcissist work on himself or herself. The couples or marriage counseling helps you work on each other.
Sure. Yeah.
Relationship.
Yeah.
So I think you have to do both. I don't like. That's just me. I don't think we haven't done marriage counseling in a while, but we did do it, and it helped.
Well, I imagine it could bring y'all both to the same level and expectations and things like that.
Yeah, and that's 100% exactly what it did.
Yeah, I love it.
If you enjoyed this conversation and are interested in becoming a sponsor, feel free to shoot me an email at townsendtmusic@hotmail.com, or shoot me a message on any social media platform at townsendtmusic for more information. I would love for you to become a member to help spread awareness that you're not alone. If you're looking to buy or sell, I have the perfect realty company for you. Clark & Co. Realty is located in the Benton, Bryant, Arkansas area. And they understand that buying or selling a home is more than just a transaction. It's a life-changing experience. That's why their team of highly seasoned real estate professionals is dedicated to providing exceptional, personalized services for all their clients. They truly take great pride in the relationships they build, and they always work relentlessly on the client's behalf to help them achieve their perfect real estate goals. They always have the client in mind, and I can speak firsthand when I say how reliable, trustworthy, and quick they were. When I was looking to buy my first home, they were there with me every step of the way, answering every question I could think of. They showed me a great amount of knowledge and patience through the process. It's no wonder they've won so many awards for their outstanding services and their excellent relationships with clients. So if you're looking to buy or sell, there is no better option than Clark & Co. Realty.